SOHAMS, synergy of hand, mind and soul. Friends, so far I've introduced all my 11 soulmates in one go to you in my video part 2, and then week on week I'm taking you through with each of the soulmate with a little bit of perspective on what the soulmates mean to me in my life. Well, today is the day for my 11th soulmate, and I call this soulmate as my coach soulmate. And why I call the soulmate as my coach, you will understand in a little bit from now. Well, the way I say the soulmate is like all my previous soulmates. I have anchored the soulmate with both of my stretched hands like this, and then I would close my eyes and say, So while I'm saying so, I tell myself internally that I'm changing, and transforming. And then in the second phase of SOHAMS, in the humming phase, I let my mind loose, wander, relax, but under a very intense environment of changing, and transforming towards betterment. Now friends, we all appreciate this world is changing. This world is changing continually at a speed which is getting faster and faster. We all have seen what's going on around us last 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. The speed of change is increasing, and it's increasing with the advent of technology. While in these decades we have seen the technology coming in, but at the same time certain very subtle changes have come around us in our society, in the way we live, the way we interact, in the families, how we behave, the relationships, the style of relationships and communication. Whether we talk on the personal side, or if we talk of the business, how we have been doing our business then and how do we do our business now. Well, these changes coming in the markets, in the communication, in the way we compute, in the way we lead businesses, in the way we strategize, the things are changing very fast. And therefore, it is very important that we really make this change our friend. Now, while we all understand that we need to make change as our best friend, but often we miss on the point that where do we need to change? What are the constants and what are the variables? And for me, these 10 soulmates provide a very good base to make me think, to make me understand and appreciate that what are the areas where I need to change. And I call them as 10 commandments, my 10 soulmates. And therefore, every morning after morning after morning after morning, and weeks after months after years, I keep on gauging myself on the scale of change. The change which is needed with the changing time. For instance, with my first soulmate, I try to gauge, am I heading in the right direction of goodness? Because attainment to me is my goodness. Then, is my level of happiness is at the right place? Am I able to enhance it with the passing time? Am I happy? Then, with the new kind of tools available, the new kind of opportunities available, am I able to utilize them to be the best learner from life? Because learning from life is the best opportunity which is there in front of us. And then How am I doing in terms of giving? Am I getting a better giver? Am I getting more innovative? Is this changing world offering better and efficient opportunities to us to be a better giver? And then, how am I handling the ego? Because ego is the biggest destroyer for adapting change. How am I looking at people in terms of finding the right key to the lock? Am I changing enough to express and show empathy, which can help in discovering the huge amount of wealth which at times is hidden within the people? How am I doing in handling the hurt whether justified or unjustified? Where am I in terms of changing myself in handling that animal called hurt? Am I looking at the challenges as an opportunity? What is my level of insight into looking at those kind of challenges? And then how do I look at winning, and how, which is more important, how do I look at losing? Because if I'm not learning from the lose, then it's a double whammy. I lose and then lose, and I'm not able to utilize the investment what has been made for a lose, for instance. And then definitely, how is the quality of investment getting into my time and energy for leaving behind worthy values for my children, colleagues, friends, and next generation? So friends, these are the 10 areas, these are the 10 commandments which my 11th soulmate keeps an eye on. And this 11th soulmate, you know, being a coach, has a model called GROW model, which is GROW. So what's my goal? Why I want to change? What is the big purpose? And with this goal, when I reflect on that during the passage of the day, then what is the reality? Where am I in respect to the goal which I've set for myself in these 10 areas? And then what are the opportunities? With that reality on one side and opportunities on the other side, am I willing enough? Am I committed enough? And this soulmate helps me to look at that aspect every single day. And friends, don't underestimate the power of seconds. These few seconds are so intense. They are like laser. They help me to look at these aspects and keep gauging me in these aspects. And so these are the 10 thermostats, in a way, which keep on enhancing in terms of how am I conducting, how am I behaving, how am I doing with the change. And if I find a red flag through this coach, it goes straight to that soulmate. It sounds interesting because I'm talking of all this stuff to happen within these 8 or 10 seconds, but these seconds are really, very important, because these few seconds, they embed certain stuff in deep inside in my subconscious mind, which is very, very empowering, which is very powerful. And so friends, with this, I would say once again, SOHAMS, synergy of hand, mind and soul. And then in the next week, I'll be with you again as a wrap up that what and how these 11 soulmates are making a difference in my life. And maybe they might be of help to you as well in times to come. Bye from now, and that's what I wanted to talk to you this morning.